Hey guys, welcome back. It's Redox. Thanks again for joining me here with another video. First of all, I do want to apologize for not making a video for a very long time. And for those of you that keep up with my channel and watch my videos on a regular basis, I'm back. I'm not actually dead, so I'm here. It's just like life got in the way and I got sick, so I was coughing a lot. I didn't want to make a video where I was talking and coughing at the same time because that wouldn't be so good to watch, right? So I'm getting better now, so I decided to finally make a video. And now I know that there's a new unit that got released for the Nod faction, the Mutant Marauders, and it seems like they're very similar to the Grenadiers. I don't exactly know what they do. I know they're not a squad unit, but they have the exact same cost as a Grenadier, and they do the exact same thing. They're supposed to kill vehicle units very well. So I actually want to see that in action. I'm sure you guys want to see some of that in action. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these games here. First game here, we have Nukin versus Linman. And Nukin is the one that has the Mutant Marauder with the Laser Squad, and the Militant with 2 air units, the Venom and the Phantom, and 1 Temple of Nod artillery unit, while Liman's got a standard War Factory build. He's got 4 War Factory units with 1 infantry support and a Banshee support. So let's see how well the Mutant Marauder can do. Now, I don't know if the Mutant Marauder will actually get used in this match, but I'm sure we will definitely see some of that action because it seems like Nukin's primary early anti-vehicle defense is going to be the Laser Squad, or it's going to be the Mutant Marauders, or he's going to have to use both of them. So anyways, they're both going to start off into a standard Harvester here, and Linman, of course, is going to go for that early, scout there with his Cyber Wheels, and Nukin's going to go for the Laser Squad here. It seems like the meta hasn't really changed too much since I have not played the game for a while. Yes, I actually did not play the game for a while as well, while I was busy with all my life stuff. So I was wondering if the meta changed drastically, but I think it's pretty much still the same here. But the Double Harvester does come out from Nukin's side, and Linman knows this. But Linman's got a whole bunch of Cyber Wheels and a Flame Squad because he sees lots of Laser Squads. Now, will Nukin go for a Mutant Marauder? I'll be pretty excited to see one of those guys come out because, of course, that's kind of like the purpose of this video. I really do want to see some of that. But a Venom comes out first to deal with that Flame Squad. And that tank is boosted up. Missile is going for Linman here, it seems like. Because Nukin is trying to protect his Harvester here at the same time against those Scorpion tanks. And Scorpion tanks are still a really good Harvester killer. Of course, with Oxana, like, that's still there. And there comes out a Mutant Marauder, and it is a squad unit just like the Grenadier. Keep in mind, once again, guys, like, I actually have not watched a single clip of this unit, so this is kind of like my first time seeing the Mutant Marauders in action, and they look super cool, but they're getting absolutely wrecked by that Flame Squad there. He's trying to kill those attack bikes with the Mutant Marauders or tanks or whatever, right? And god, because the movement speed on Mutant Marauders are average, he's just not catching up to those attack bikes. He's cornering it with his Laser Squads. But he builds 1 Phantom, which was, I think, questionable. I know Liman's got some Banshees up now, but I'm not sure if building these Phantoms were the best choice. And Nukin's getting absolutely wrecked here. His Harvesters are almost dead. There we go. Another Harvester goes down. He keeps sending Banshees to Liman's side. And there finally comes out 1 artillery there. And I know artilleries, they're pretty good now just because of their buff. But I think they're still kind of like on the should he actually use that unit kind of spot, But missile, if Nukin loses his missile here, he loses the game. And it doesn't look like he's going to get it back. But he does with that Phantom. Phantoms are coming back for sure. There we go. But the stealth tank definitely going to get rid of that Phantom there. Wow, look at these players just like almost getting the missile, almost not. It's just like one of those scenarios where you really have to kill the other guy's unit on the launch pad, or it's kind of like over. But like, I wanted to see more Mutant Marauder action for sure, but at this point it's just not going to happen. It seems like the artillery is just doing so much work now. Like, it just kills the squad units in like 1 shot, except for it didn't kill the attack bike there in 1 shot, which is interesting. It seems like if the unit is closer to the artillery will kill all the squad units in 1 shot if it can. But if it's far away, it will only kill like 1 bike or 1 Flame Squad or whatever, which is interesting. So I guess distance has something to do with the amount of damage an artillery can do. But I'm surprised Nukin actually saved himself there. He's still in the game. And then Mutant Marauder now is starting to do work. It's clearing out those stealth tanks that were sort of a problem for Nukin. Nukin's really got to keep his artillery safe. And it seems like Nukin's just going to swap into Mutant Marauders. And I'm assuming Mutant Marauders will also be good against Harvesters because, of course, Harvesters are vehicle units. But the Flame Squads are coming out. Missile is almost done, though. And there's just, like, no income for both of these players right now. They're just not paying... they just can't build units because there is no income. And it seems like the Mutant Marauders actually pulled through in this game. Although Nukin was absolutely just... He was just getting wrecked. He was getting run over by Linman like the whole game. And somehow Nukin pulled it through on that second missile. He captured it. Barely captured it. His artillery did a lot of work. And then he just swapped into Mutant Marauders. They had no income going on. So at this point, it was just capturing the missiles. And Nukin just did it. Those Mutant Marauders held on against those vehicle units. So good on Nukin. That was a good game to watch for sure. Let's move on to the second game, guys. Well, it seems like not a lot of players are actually using the Mutant Marauder yet. I think it's because the unit just got released. So I'm just going to be following Nukin because it seems like he's got the best games for the Marauders. So this is going to be the second game, guys. It's going to be Nukin versus the Wilderbeast. And the Wilderbeast is a GDI player. And he's got all vehicle units, once again, with an MG squad for infantry support. And he's got 2 Tech Lab units, the Kodiak and the Sandstorm. So once again, the Marauder or the Mutant Marauder will definitely be super effective against 4 of Wilderbeast's units. But I don't know exactly how strong it will be against like Tech Lab vehicle units because they have like a lot more health. Now Nukin's going to start off with a scout here with his militant instead. An MG squad comes out immediately from Wilderbeast's side. And I don't know if Nukin sees this, but Nukin, it seems like he's going to rush him with the Mutant Marauder. Wow, I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to actually kill that Harvester. He does know that there's an MG squad here. And, oof. I don't know about that. I think he should have timed that a little bit. Yeah, he moved his militant a little bit too fast. His first militant should have blocked at the same time with his second militant. His second militant just didn't get there in time. And this rush just failed incredibly hard for Nukin. I've never seen this Mutant Marauder Harvester rush. It must have worked for Nukin at some point. But wow, that was kind of hilarious to watch. I think that timing definitely for the militants was way off. So when he took out a second militant, like he did capture the missile here, but now Wilderbeast is at a very strong position with double harvesters. He's like farming free crystals. Now he's got his own double harvesters, but he's economically behind. He does have the missile lead, but Wilderbeast, I think, has stronger units just because he has the Kodiak and Sandstorm. And honestly, the Sandstorm would most likely obliterate most of Nukin's units, except for maybe the Marauder and the Laser Squads. But once again, guys, I don't know how Nukin's gonna come back from this because Wilderbeast is in a very strong spot. He is getting his Harvester killed, however, he's not really protecting it very well. And he's definitely gonna lose that Harvester. And that Marauder is gonna finish it off for sure. And he's got laser squads. He needs to get those MG squads, but he's just getting wrecked by the Venoms here, the Marauders. Like, it seems like Nukin is playing this very well. But the missile, he is not watching. The Wilderbeast is not watching the missile here. As Nukin has really strong units, but he definitely didn't have to lose the missile there, I think. Nukin definitely could have tried to contest for this missile by moving his Harvester, by moving his Venom, because his Sandstorm was not in a position to attack his Venom at all. So I don't know, the longer this game goes, it's going to be just harder for Nukin, but there's absolutely no economy going on for Wilderbeast right now. Keep that in mind. Wilderbeast has very strong units on the map though right now, but Nukin is just going for a base rush, and this game is just, wow, this is what's so fun about watching these replays, is that the games are so unpredictable, and the Wilderbeast just secured the missile here in time. But the Wilderbeast was just totally base rushing him with Marauders, and I don't think Marauders are probably the best unit to kill bases with, because as we see, they just didn't do enough damage in time. He had like 3 Marauders on that base there, and he even boosted his Marauder with Oxana's Fanaticism, while that one Machine Gun Squad was just being a hero. He was taking out all his Marauders with Colonel Jackson boosted as well. That machine gun squad was firing so rapidly, and it just killed those Marauders so fast. That was pretty funny to watch. But anyways, this is how the game ends. It seems like the Wilderbeast, I think, just did outplay his opponent this game here, and I think Nukin definitely had a chance to win, but he just screwed it up big time. Let's go ahead and watch the third game. It's Nukin versus Nightmarock, and Nightmarock has kind of like a mixed army here. He's got a War Dog and a Predator tank and a Pitbull for his War Factory units, and then he's got 1 Shockwave for infantry support, and then 2 air units, the Orca Bomber and the Talon. So it's a very balanced army, I would say, when you look at it. His army certainly doesn't have very strong anti-air units, however, but aside from that, it seems to be pretty balanced. It's not like super heavy on War Factory, but it definitely has that War Factory feeling. So Nightmarock is just going to scout, and so is Nuke. They're not going to build any harvesters yet, because this is one of those maps where the crystals are kind of close to each other and they're like in the center of the map, so you know, you could easily get rushed, right? Like we saw Nukin trying to do a Marauder rush, and my god, I've never seen that before, and that was pretty funny to watch. I'm sure the Marauder Harvester rush could certainly work. I definitely don't doubt the effectiveness of it, but if you get countered like Nukin did in the last game, like you're kind of screwed just because you're going to be so behind on economy. But anyways, Nightmarock's going to go for that Pitbull. He's going to start hitting those harvesters. But Nukin's got laser squads posted. Laser squads are very effective, and now there's a Marauder coming out as well. I wonder how effective these Marauders will do against like Pitbulls and War Dogs and whatnot. But he's actually just going to go straight for that Harvester instead. But that Shockwave gets boosted, and it's going to immediately obliterate those Marauders. He's not going to do any damage at all. And Missile's almost done, so he's going to have to try to get to this Missile here. But a bunch of Shockwaves coming out. Nightmarock predicting very well that there's going to be a whole bunch of Marauders on the map. But now he's switching it up with Venoms. But that Pitbull maneuver is just working out for Nightmarock. Whatever Nukin's building, Nightmarock's got an answer to it. So there we go. First missile does get taken by Nightmarock, and Nukin's just going to have to watch his base, losing half his health there. And more Marauders coming out. It's just Marauders and Venom. Very interesting composition. Like, I could see this working because there is no air units at all. So, like, he doesn't need to build Banshees or anything like that. He just uses his Marauders to kill all the vehicle units. And then he uses Venoms to, of course, take out those Shockwaves. But Talons are coming out now. And he does need to build Banshees, or he needs, not Banshees, he needs to build Phantoms. There we go, he builds a Phantom. Or he could build Laser Squads, of course, because Laser Squads are pretty good against Talons. But once again, Talons do kill Laser Squads pretty fast if you don't watch your Laser Squads carefully. So you do have to be careful about that. And one Harvester goes down from Nukin's side, but those Marauders, like, they are quite effective against those vehicle units. I have to say, the Marauders are pretty good for what they do from what I've seen in these games. I think they are somewhat of an effective anti-vehicle unit. It's just that, of course, their speed is average, just like Laser Squads. So, like, they're not the fastest at moving. But it seems like Nightmarock is going to get the missile once again because he loses control of the top launch pad, and there's 3 units on the launch pad for Nightmarock. So Nightmarock's going to win, and that's going to be over for him. It really seems like the Pitbull and the Talon with the Shockwave combo really kind of took control of the map here against the Venoms and the Marauder. I think Nightmarock definitely had the better rotations, better micro on moving his units on the launch pad, countering the Marauders and the Venoms with just the right units. So Nightmarock certainly had, I think, the better micro in this game as well. But overall, I think the Marauder seems like it does pretty good against vehicles, because it did, like in this game, it did hold out against Pitbulls and War Dogs on its own. It's pretty good at killing Harvesters. We saw it kill a couple Harvesters here and there. But the Marauder definitely needs its own support as well against things like the Shockwave Flame Squads, you know, Talons, or any anti-infantry units like that. But let me know what you guys think about the Marauder. I think it's at an okay spot. Like, it's doing what it's supposed to do. I don't think it's like a super strong unit, but it does kill vehicles, so it seems like it's pretty good. So let me know what you guys think about the Marauders that just came out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, guys, leave me comments and thumbs up once again, and I'll see you guys next time.